So I got super lucky on these. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sneaker Circle. I just came back from a vacation, realistically, and I wasn't expecting to hit on these. I was having trade bait ready. I had an extra pair of their threes, like in reserve, just in case I missed, just so I could do like a trade bait kind of situation, whatever the case may be. But I got these for retail while I was in Colombia, and yo, I'm in love with them. I'm really in love with them, and this is probably the last sneaker we're gonna see that kind of runs for contender of sneaker of the year. Now let's get straight into the review. All right, so if you watched any of my Air Jordan 3 reviews, you know the sleeve, so I'm not gonna go over the sleeve, but I am gonna go over the box. But first, let me take the shoes out, because you gotta see them. You got to see them. This is one of the shoes that just look better in person. Look at this. Look at that. Look at these things right here. So I did take these out, lace them up, try them on. Ma Maniere Air Jordan 1 with just the best burgundy hints and all that I just love these. Let me take these out. All right, shoes are out, and this box has the Ma Maniere logo, their A. It has it just on the front, just so I don't have to like open the box again. I'm just gonna show that and shove that detail down in there. Just close this out. Before I close it out and get into the outside of the box, we can just look at the inside of the box real quick. That infamous Jumpman where the Jumpman logo comes from, Michael Jordan himself. Crispy clean, shoes on. It's the same image. It's the same exact image. Super sick, super nice detail. And yo, the sale on this box really reminds me of what SOTY was doing or did with the Spiridons. So if you look at any of the SOTY Spiridons, I have some in the back, but I don't want to go get them right now. They give you like this nice sale box. I don't know if it's supposed to look aged or they're just going for that like off-white cream color, but I really like it. These are such a dope sneaker, such a dope box. You have their name right there, Ma Maniere, Nike, Ma Maniere, Air Jordan. You got their A on the back right here, and you got the A on the front. Official colorway for this is Sail in Burgundy Crush, 10.5, because these are for the toe. And let's get these out of here. So before I get off, I'm just saying I'm a little biased. I'm an absolute sucker for two materials that are on the sneaker. A, cracked leather. I really do like them. When I had the pleasure of owning Huffs, they were one of my favorite sneakers in my whole collection. So ever since then, anything cracked leather-esque or like anything that looks like a cracked denim, they just automatically win a place in my heart, you know? Step 2, I'm an absolute sucker. I'm a hoe. Let's just say it. I'm a hoe for quilted goods. So the lined quilted leather, wow, it's a leather. The lined quilted material right here, like this inside, one of my absolute favorites. One of my absolute favorites. Look at that. Something they share in common with the Air Jordan 3s. So before the full review, it's really important to know that the Whitaker Group, the people in charge of Ma Maniere and other stores, many other stores, they've been killing it this year. So before these two Air Jordan collabs, we did have other sneaker designs such as the Air Force Ones. Beautiful sneaker. I'm still hunting for a pair of those. But this year they've really been taking the cake with these Air Jordans. So they gave us a new pair of Air Jordan 1s that I don't think we've ever seen a pair of Air Jordan 1s with cracked leather. I really like that. And obviously they gave us the 3s. Hold on one second. They gave us the 3s, which to me is basically the best sneaker that is released all year. It's in fact the best women's sneaker that is released all time ever, and probably one of the most creative collaborative 3s. Because if you look at 3s, it's normally OG colorways that do the best. It's not, collabs they don't have a lot of collabs behind them. The only other one I can think of is like back in the day you had to do the right things. Those were okay. JT also has his own pairs out there, but I don't think those are, even with the Tinker Hatfield touch of the swoosh, I don't think they're the best. They're cool, they're nice, they're great to own, but it's not like, yo, these are one of the, like, this collab is groundbreaking, you know? But for the Ma Manieres, they absolutely destroyed a pair of Air Jordan 3s, and we just haven't seen a nice sneaker come along this way. Touching onto the Air Jordan 1, I gotta admit, I think they're in the same boat. Now, so the leather on these really makes people split. At first, everyone thought it was suede, everyone thought it was nubuck, because in pictures and all the images, that's what it seems like. Cracked leather is known to have that almost suede appeal. As you know how suede, you can see the individual fibers, the hairs, the everything that you could. For example, right here, like if you look at these right here, you see how the suede is detailed. You see the hairs and all that. Cracked leather, since it's initially what the name is, cracked leather, it has those same grooves, those same details, and all that other stuff. So it's not that soft, nice, supple leather that you usually look for. But to me, it gives it such just an appearance. Like the textures on these are just crazy. Giving you a little close up right here, you have all of that cracked leather. It's everywhere, on the tongue, on the top, it's the whole upper. But then you got this almost ivory tinted aged sole. I kind of like that they didn't go pure beige, or beige is the word. So if you look right here, you can tell how like that's the aged, the yellow. But then when you go to these, they have more of that ivory darker tone. So side by side, like it's not a carbon copy, you know, and I really do enjoy that. I really do like that they didn't just copy and paste what they did here, because you got the ivory tones in the purple and everywhere on the box as well. While here, you get this more ivory tone on the sole itself that complements that off-white of the cracked leather, and then the burgundy details throughout the entire shoe. One thing they really do emphasize on is that, all right, part 1, Air Jordan 3s, raised by women. A salute to the moms out there. Black moms specifically, his black mom specifically, Whitaker. And then these are inspired by black culture. And both have that aspect of like high luxury feel. So that's something he really wanted to hone in on. And to me, he executed it perfectly on these. Quilted insides, if you can call them, I love that. That's a detail that just, it's not something you see all the time. You're not even gonna see it on foot. But that detail just takes these just a step ahead. I really do like them. So we do have the snakeskin texture on the leather, not the biggest detail I'm a fan of, but I think visually it looks nice. It goes well with the textures of the shoe. The laces, I didn't expect to like them. They still feel like cotton. They're waxed laces, but not waxed to the point where they're super stiff. They're cracking if you bend them and you can't really tie your shoes. It's like a light wax. So it still has that radiance of being waxed while 100% functioning like a cotton lace. I put the hang tongue on this side, normally it's on the other side, but you have cracked leather on one side and then this super soft burgundy leather on the inside. If I can show it on this one, if you take one of these loose flaps, because they didn't stitch them down, on the inside you have like the softest, the absolute softest leather ever. So if that's the leather you're looking for, bam, it's right there on the flap. On the other side, you do get a quote from Michael Jordan. Now, I've been noticing there's a lot of sneakers this year using Michael's signature. So we have 3, I think. We have this pair right here, Ma Maniere Air Jordan 1s, with the signature hidden on the side with a quote of his. We have the Air Jordan 2s, the off-whites, with a huge signature on the side. Rest in peace, Virgil Abloh, you're the best. And then we have the first pair that came out this year, which was the trophy rooms, those garbage joints. They have a signature kind of like hidden in the back with the details, and they're, you can never go wrong with a Chicago colorway, but I just felt like that shoe was cheating. That's not on my top 5 list in any way, shape, or form. These, on the other hand, these have contended for best one of the year. I really do like these. They're not for everybody though. Other little details, you have that same texture of the cotton lined inside on just the tongue. It's almost everything. So it's like a really nice like feeling when your foot's in there. You have the cracked leather tongue. It's super soft. I actually like that. It's like malleable. So it could probably form your foot pretty right. You have the burgundy black Nike Air, Ma Maniere. Last little detail I can show you is probably the inside. You have Airness. Let me take this out. Airness, Ma Maniere for Air Jordan. So again, it just has those themes that they're really trying to make themselves known for, or at least to celebrate through these sneakers. Really do love these. This is definitely a shoe for the people. Resell on them is pretty low right now. Retails $200, $225 after shipping if you got them straight from Ma Maniere. We have a release this Friday, December 3rd. And if you don't get them, I'm just gonna suggest don't sleep, because let's say for the 3s. 3s released, they had I think 3 initial releases if you don't count the in-person release for like the Whitaker stores, like Ma Maniere themselves and other retail location. And initially with those releases, these were priced high. Then the releases happened and they started being priced low, prices got lower. People initially just bought them to flip. They were easy to come by, they were in the 400s, etc. and now they're closer to the 600s. And from here on, I just think they're gonna keep going up because people are still not realizing how nice the shoe is. I think the same case is happening here. They're not gonna give into it until the hype starts to build up, but these are definitely worth it. You're gonna see how many people have these at least on their top 10 of the sneakers of the year list. So for right now, in the 400 range in most sizes, I think it's kind of reasonable. Like if I wouldn't have hit these, I would have 100% sold something to go buy these. And I usually don't, but you know, it is what it is sometimes. So the last little detail we can look at is actually the quotes. Each shoe has its own quote, so this one's a little easier to read, so let me just get to it. On the left shoe, we do have a quote from Michael Jordan. This one says, "You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them." That sounds like a very GOAT thing to say if you ask me. Looking at this one, I can actually show you this one because I unlaced it. "Learning to gift even when pain is your teacher." Again, yo, the quotes are so spot on, it's crazy. I just got invited to Space Jam with that mentality. And it's wild because you see these and they're definitely more Black culture based, but then you see these and it's more like hints of his mom, you know, being raised by women. So you go here, you go to the tab, you flip that over, all we have is each other. That's a loving message. That's a motherly message if you ask me. Flip over this one. You have to get comfortable walking alone. Again, something men just won't ever understand. All right, so this is probably where I'm gonna end the review. Hopefully, if anyone's going, if you watch this before December 3rd, I hope you hit. If you're watching this after December 3rd, then I hope prices aren't too crazy and you're able to get a pair that you really wanna wear. I'm throwing these on feet. These are for the toe. And let's cut straight to that. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace. Again, if you're new, follow, subscribe, follow the movement, follow the sneaker circle, follow your boy. I love you and appreciate you. Let's go.